Back at the 2015 Meet the Candidate primary, May 3rd, we are with the Democratic ticket for Council at Large. 3 of the 7, not 6, 3 of the 7 with Holly J. Dunn, Jerry Pennington, and Jay Haviland running for Democrat for Council at Large. Holly, please start us off with an opening statement.
All right, I'm Holly Dunn, and I don't think I'm a stranger to Fayette County. Well, I'm not the born and raised. I choose to be in Connersville, and I'm really involved in the community from multiple directions. Started the Haven. That ministry has really kind of gone crazy with lots of support and really kind of, I don't know, just a bunch of community leaders that have came together and for a great cause. I work now. I used to work at the high school. I worked in youth, young adult, college settings basically for the last really 19 years. Now I've transitioned into family services and prevention programs, which is what Kay was talking about. And essentially we manage grants, and through that position I've had a chance to do quite a bit of just, I don't know, exciting things. This last 6 months has been fantastic. Been to DC, gotten to meet with legislators and talk about Fayette County from an inside perspective. And so really, to know me is to know that I love this town, I love this county and the people, and if we want us to be different, then we're going to all have to be different. And so I chose to run again, and this time for the County Council at Large. And really, I just want to be a part of seeing Connersville transformed and made into something new.
Great. Holly, thank you very much. Jerry.
Yes. I'm happy to be here. I was born and raised in Connersville, and in 1970 I left for Hollywood and Los Angeles. That's where I stayed for 40 years. And while I was there, I owned a trucking company, and we did a lot of household moving, industrial moving, heavy machinery, up and down the state of California. Then I retired and moved back home here to Connersville about 6 years ago. My son, Wesley, was 101st Airborne, based out of Fort Campbell. He's now been honorably discharged, and he's home in Connersville. And my daughter, Ruth Ann, lives in Matamore with the grandkids. And as you know, all well know, I ran for mayor last year and lost the primary. But I wanted to get involved and stay involved, because with when I had the trucking company, I was involved with major companies, Lockheed, Linton Industries. I was involved with several budgets we had to deal with, to a lot of bid jobs we went on, and sometimes I'd have to hire 100 people a day to fulfill some of these jobs we got. So I'm no stranger to that, and I just want to continue to make an effort to help the people of Connersville and Fayette County.
All right, Jerry, thank you very much. Jay.
My name is Jay Haviland. I'm born and raised in Connersville, Fayette County. I've lived my whole life here, except for the time when I went in the military in '69. I graduated from Connersville High School in 1968, and I've worked in this area. I've worked in D&M until I went into service, and I come back and went back to D&M. And then I left D&M and went to the Highway Department in 1980. And I was there for 34 years when I retired in 2014. The last 3 years of that, I was a supervisor. And I think, as being a supervisor and doing the budget, and working in the county system for all those years, I know how the system works and how the budgets are supposed to work. And I think I'd be a good help with trying to keep the budget, keep the costs down on everything, and keeping everything being spent right. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Jay. Holly. Number one priority. What do you consider to be the number one priority facing the office of County Council at Large?
I would, obviously financially we're in trouble, but that is a symptom. And so as a member of County Council, obviously we'll have to work together and make smart decisions when it comes to the finances. Where I feel like it's equally important is similar to what Kay had to say, and that is that we have other problems. The drug problem is, it feeds the economic problem. And as a community, we are going to have to rally around and all come outside of our doors and work together to create options for our community. And I really think probably a strength that I would bring to the table is I have a lot of education, not that that always means anything, I'm just being really honest, but what I'll say is I'm not afraid to walk up to a legislator and ask for help. And for Fayette County to change, we're going to have some external resources come in and really kind of attack our financial problems from outside the box. I mean, they're not going to go away doing the same thing that we've always done. So as a community, we're going to have to vote differently if we want something different done. And that's really what I think I bring to the table. I know that our jail is doing some really fantastic work with, just moving forward with having educational programs in there. And I would like us to be known for the good things that we're doing, not always the bad things. And I think that those programs are going to stand us out and help us as we move forward. And we just need to make sure that the right people hear it so that they know that we may be down, but we're not out. And so I'm excited about helping to be just a piece of that puzzle and promoting Fayette County in a different way.
Thank you. Thank you, Holly. Jerry, same question to you. What do you think is the number one priority facing the position that you're running for?
Well, I think it's a three-phase answer. One is money, the money factor, jobs, and drugs. And I don't think we had the first two without getting rid of the third one. It's a major problem here in Fayette County. And when I'm elected, I'll work closely with the commissioners to try to get a drug detox center in here, what we talked about earlier, because you can't eliminate the drugs if you don't have no place to put the people. And the jail is not the answer for all the drug problem. Mm-hmm. The dealers, yeah, they go to penitentiary, but there's a lot of users here, and they have to have some place to go. Mm-hmm. And we'll never get rid of 100% of it, but we'll get 90% of it. I want to work closely with the Sheriff's Department on helping them and giving them ideas and work closely with them. I want to work closely with the Drug Task Force and make sure they have the grant money and everything they need to operate. Right now they're working on a shoestring, and that's not going to help us at all. Once we get a handle on that, that will attract jobs. The days of the Vistions are long gone. Nobody's gonna come here with 1,500 jobs. It ain't gonna happen. But we can work on the smaller companies of 2, 3, 4, 500 jobs. That can happen. And with that, our tax base will increase, which will help us with the money factor. So I think when I'm elected, I work closely with the commissioners, and there seems to be a major disconnect between the county and the city. I want to work closely with the mayor and the city council on things we can do with them also. But I think another one of the major things besides those three is our infrastructure. We've got to get the highways and roadways back on par again and where they should be. And right now they've been neglected. And I want to make sure that the county highway department has all the things they need to keep them updated. And we can do all that from grant money. Some grant money is matching funds. Some grant money is not matching funds. So it's out there. There's a lot of grants sitting up in Indianapolis that Connersville hasn't even touched yet, hadn't even looked at yet. So there's ways we can do all three.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. Jay, same question to you. What do you consider to be the number one priority facing the
There's
position?
a lot of problems in Fayette County and Connersville right now, but the biggest one for the county is the finances. This isn't something new. It's been going on for 2 or 3 years. And they need to, when I'm elected, they need to get all the elected officials working together to straighten this problem out. Because you can't do it just by doing the council. Everybody has to work on the same page or you won't ever get anything accomplished. When you get that done, then you can move to something else. But if you don't have the money to keep the courthouse and everything else going, you're not going to get nothing accomplished. That's just the way it is.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Holly, closing statement.
Sure. If you elect me, I'm already involved. I mean, we've been actively pursuing a detox at the hospital, and that's something that legislators have been to town, matter of fact, 2 weeks ago, discussing as an option. I'm actively emailing texting, even calling, Facebooking legislators, because we have to stay in their forefront of their mind. We live in a country today that more people are dying from heroin than car accidents, and obviously that means it's not just Fayette County. And so, like's been said, we're going to have to work together, and I feel hopeful because I feel like that's already starting to happen. I'm seeing a city council and a county council and commissioners and a mayor that's working together. I've been at the table and seen them sitting at the same table, hashing out big problems and coming up with solutions for them as a community and as a county. And so I'll say this, I could hit the ground running. It won't be new to me, and I know about the issues, and obviously finances is one of those pieces of the puzzle that they're already set, those decisions have been already made, and we realize we don't have enough. So we've got to work around being creative, and I will commend our commissioners right now. This past year they've made great effort at trying to think outside the box. Joey, as a sheriff, has created programs that are generating some revenue out at the jail. And so we just have to multiply those ideas and get people at the table that are willing to think outside of the box and willing to take action. So if you want someone that's ready to hit the ground and take action, then I would really appreciate it if you could vote for me. Holly Dunn. And it is a fresh perspective.
Holly, thank you very much. Jerry.
Well, right now we have 6% unemployment in Fayette County. The living wage is $7.50 in Fayette County, but the minimum wage is $7.30. So you guys can do the math. A family of 3 has to make $33,000 a year to live on the planet here. It's very, very difficult. I don't know how many people can live on that. So we have to get together and find a way to get jobs in here, higher paying jobs. I mean, the people they're on welfare, and they're trying to make that money off of the minimum wage. You can't do that. So we've got to find a way that we can get the money to get jobs in here to help the people. And that's what I really want to do. I mean, because they have to have a place to go. All they want, all the things people in Fayette County want is a fair chance. Because I know they've been built up pretty high on this company coming, and no, they're not. This company's coming, no, they're not. So they go through a high and a low, up and down, on broken promises. So that's what I want to do. Work closely with the commissioners, work closely with the mayor and the city council, and do joint efforts together, and not try to work everybody going to different directions. That's one thing, this doesn't work anymore. So I'm asking for your vote. Work hard, and I'll be here. And plus, we need fresh faces here too. We've had the same people being elected over and over and over again at different positions. And so how's that been going for you? Not very well. So I'm asking for your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much. Jay.
Well, I like what he said. He really hit the spot. If I'm elected, when I'm elected, I plan to work diligently with all the other elected officials and the city and the county both, because that's the only way we're going to get anything accomplished, is everybody working together. They all got to be on the same page. If they're not on the same page, you're not going to get anything accomplished, because it's just the way it works. I really appreciate your vote, but from my standpoint, seeing the other elected people running for office, they're all good candidates for the spots, and I just appreciate the time to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you very much. Thank you, Holly, Jerry, and Jay. 3 of the 7 candidates for the position of council at large. Jim Wolf cannot be here today, so we'll meet the other 3 candidates right after this.